All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayor's Live meets IP2 Wiki Info, brought to you by IRL 24/7 Live, and also brought to you by IP2.Black. I am your hostess, Alexandra Mayers. And I basically decided to take the day off today because I needed to rest, recharge, do a bit of a Control Alt Delete in regards to myself when it comes to stress management, maintaining a certain level of composure and whatnot, and just talking about a few things that are on my mind because, as always, I'm on quite the adventure. Let me make sure the audio is okay. Yes, it is. And I just wanted to share some thoughts when it's come to some new injections of energy that I've been privy to, that I've been experiencing, some fairly wild thoughts. Today's live stream is going to be kind of controversial. I have a feeling about that because I have a very controversial kind of mind. But I did want to talk a little bit about Skimask Andy and how influential he's been on my journey into a couple of communities, the IP2 linked IRL community, but also the Juggalo community. And I didn't really realize that. But, I've been given a beautiful young man known as Tommy James a lot of attention. And I have been neglecting Ski Mask Andy, and I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. He's always going to be someone who I consider a good faraway friend. He's very inspirational to me in a multitude of ways. We don't always get along, not always. But I'm always going to be probably one of his biggest fans because he's affected my life in a tremendous amount of ways. I've learned a lot from him, believe it or not. I think he might have learned a lot from me too. But if you look at the title of this particular stream, whether you're viewing over here on the IP2 Wiki Info YouTube channel or the Alexandra Mayer's YouTube channel, you'll see what it's titled. Thoughts on the Spokane separatists, Juggalos, Skimask Andy, genetic diversity, love, and jealousy. Because I've had a lot of things enter my mind over the past 72 hours or so when it's come to my observations on some things within some online communities, including the drama community. And I just feel like sharing my thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and invite two lovely ladies in particular to join the stream should they have the time or interest to do so. They might not. And that's okay if they decide not to join the stream because not everybody wants to talk to me, and that's okay. But I am going to put the link into the chat for those of you who, are halfway sane if you want to contribute your thoughts, okay? So, how do I want to begin? Because I have so many things in my head that I just want to get out. And again, it's going to be a little bit of a wild stream. Like I said, I took the day off today for the most part. I might work later tonight because I'm just a little drained. I'm a little bit tired. Not because of anything that anyone has done. I do like to project at times and be like, I blame you, I blame you, I blame you. But, I'm a master or a mistress of my own universe. I need to understand my limits a little bit more, especially as I get older. I'm an old lady now. I'm an old woman on the mountaintop. I don't have my cape and hood and cane just yet. I will eventually. But that's how I see myself at times because, man, I'll tell you, once you enter your 40s, you do feel it. Ooh, you feel it. You feel it in your bones. That was my thumb issue. I think I'm starting to develop a little bit of arthritis, so I'm going to have to take some supplements for that. I use my hands for a tremendous amount of things, from typing to playing music to everything. and my bones are given out, possibly due to not enough genetic diversity within me. And we're going to talk about genetic diversity today. We're going to talk about that because I think it's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that needs to be talked about, especially when it comes to the young people, when it comes to how you socialize, who you choose to have your children with. When you look at your own history, not only when it comes to your physicality, but when it comes to your mind, when it comes to certain traits genetically that you may want to not have go into your future offspring. And I'm no scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to sit here and portray myself as such. I'm just a person who's very observant when it comes to the world, who has lived a very interesting life and who has met some very interesting people. So, gosh, like I was saying, when I first got to know Mr. Skimask Andy, who I think is a lovely man, smart. A lot of people don't realize this about Skimask Andy, or the actor who portrays the character, Skimask Andy. He's actually intellectual. I'll give him that. He's an intellectual, very, very, very smart guy, extremely so. And very thoughtful, looks at situations, figures out who he wants to protect versus who he may not. A wonderful gatherer of information. He's a very good community organizer as far as bringing people together. But when I got to know him, I didn't realize that not only is he, really the paramount figure when it comes to the IP2 affiliated IRL community, because he's groundbreaking. He's done things that a lot of you guys out there haven't dared to do because you don't have the guts. But he's also very, very prominent within the Juggalo community, even if he may not define himself fully as a Juggalo. I'm just now learning what this whole Juggalo thing is. And I think a lot of people have that community wrong. I had it wrong from the start. I definitely did. But I'm learning. I'm seeing who's in that community, what it is, what the mentality is, what it's about, what the lore or the history is. How some people are trying to paint it as something that it's not. From my perspective, it's a bunch of offspring of legitimate hippies from the 60s and the 70s. If I had to define it. And if you look at the culture, the style of dress, the mentality and whatnot, it does reflect tremendously the culture of the hippies from the 60s and the 70s. But today, the musical movements within that community are astounding. I think the reason that it hasn't gone more mainstream, and hey, Spirit Guru, good to see you. I think the reason it hasn't gone more mainstream is, unfortunately, you do have a very potent drug culture in there. You do. And whenever you see whenever you see a vast drug culture, it often is tied to people who are impoverished, people who have kind of given up on life, people who might not feel like they have certain opportunities, who might have given up and whatnot. So, to the young people in that community, don't give up. Don't think that you're locked into something. Even though you might like a certain culture and a certain, trendiness of whatever's going on with this Juggalo thing, just keep in mind that you are yourself. Nothing defines you. The only person who defines you is you. And you don't have to be defined by anything. A lot of people over the years, they've tried to define me. What do they define me as? Let's see. Let's think about it. And I'm long-winded. This is just going to be an ongoing train of my thoughts, okay? People define me as angry Black woman. On occasion, true. Um, what else do they define me of? I'll say some negative and some positive. Overly ambitious, true. Overly fanciful, oh, definitely. Some might want to portray that as delusional. What else do people say I am? So many things. So many things. Slut? No. I'm actually very non-sexual. Elitist? Definitely. Manipulative? In others' best interest, yes. Not necessarily my own. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun things about me, positive and negative. But what I do want to emphasize to many of you out there who are young, younger than I am, in your late 20s, early 20s, maybe even your teens, don't let anyone or anything define you. You know, don't let anyone call you a geek, a nerd, a slut, I don't know, even a streamer. All these things, it's so limiting. It's really limiting. I've been in so many communities because I've worked doing a lot of things throughout my life. And in anything I do tend to overachieve and substantially leave my mark. So I'm a little bit difficult to define, but people still try to do it because people do want to limit me. But I think that's why I continue with my online presence, just to let you know I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, and I'm still doing interesting things to where if you want to define me, you can, but you might have trouble doing so. Now, someone in the chat says, did I become non-sexual more or after I left the adult industry? I became more after I left the adult industry. Prior to that, I wasn't very sexual at all. Even if you were to compare me to my peers when I was in the adult industry, I have always been fairly mild. Fairly mild. I mean, you have to keep in mind when you work in the adult industry, it's a job. It's a literal job. It's a legal job too. That's why I don't like people trying to define me as an illegal prostitute, because I'm not. There's one woman in particular who's very jealous of someone, and we're going to get into that later, to where I believe she actually might have been a prostitute. That's why she has such an issue with legal sex workers and why she's gone out of her way to defame me and say that what I was a fancy word for prostitute. No, that's not true. It's not a fancy word. It's a legal word for not being a prostitute, being a legitimate legal sex worker. She needs to get that through her dumb head. Or maybe she needs to be deported. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm a real bitch. But it's just things I'm noticing, you know. But let me get into what I really want to talk about today. And there's a lot of things I really want to talk about today. I want to talk about a group of people that I met within the Spokane, Washington area. It doesn't overflow into the Seattle, Washington area, specifically within the Spokane, Washington area. And even before I met the recent dynamic duo known as the Outcast Owls, at least the frontmen who are a part of the Spokane, Washington area, I got to know some other people who live in that neck of the woods, who, without a doubt, are solid separatists racially within the United States of America. That's the pocket. That Idaho, East Washington area, you got some racial separatists up there. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, I'm doing comedy today. It's going to be educational today, Miss Cakes, Angel Cakes, Chicken Cakes. It's going to be comedy. You're welcome on here. I sent you the link through your DMs in your Instagram. But there's a few things I want to talk about because I think it's all funny as I'm just kind of decompressing from the past couple of weeks, maybe from the past year, as I'm thinking about some things, I'm laughing because sometimes things can be so tragic that it is comedic. As you know, your Chicken Cakes is incredibly intelligent, just so all of you out there know. And all of you, make sure you do subscribe to her channel and please send her some donations. She does a good job, and she has for several years. She's actually cared about a lot of the streamers, like a surrogate mother for some of you streamers out there who are doing very well financially. Um, do I want to call some of you out? Yes, I do. Chicken Andy, if you ever see this, you're doing well financially. One of your biggest hype women has been Chicken Cakes. Help a sister out, okay? Attila, same goes for you. There's a lot of you out there who I would not know of if it were not for Miss Chicken Cakes, who's Angel Cakes. You know, we're getting into the holiday season. Help her out a little bit, please. Okay. Yeah, I'm on here being bitchy, trying to be a little funny, but yeah, Spokane, Washington. The people up there, there's a little something funny going on with them. And I'm not just talking about the looks. It was Skimask Andy who pointed out that for some reason there's this strange facial owl look. That's why I think they call themselves the Outcast Owl, because they look like owls. OWLS, owls. Why do they look like owls? Inbreeding. That's why. Not enough genetic diversity. And there are pockets in America, and I'm finding that the most anger that's coming out online when it comes to the bullying, the stalking, and harassment has to do with lack of being around people who are different from yourself, lack of genetic diversity. I think it's fucking with their mind. Then you got the whole drug culture coming into them. So that's messing with their minds even more. And before you know it, we're going to be looking at pockets in the United States of America, Spokane, Washington, the western area of Idaho, areas of Montana. We're going to be looking at children of the corn. Something's going to have to happen because they're too isolated. You got some areas in the United States to where you just don't have enough genetic diversity. These people are getting on the internet, spreading their hate, spreading their strange, completely illogical theologies. And it's a dangerous thing. But yeah, when you look at some of these people, they look a little bit off facially, maybe physically as well. It's because of the inbreeding. That's what it is. That's why some of them are trying to get out. They're like, shit. If I'm going to have a kid, I got to have something else in my genetic genome. I got to do something. Because they're all looking alike. They can't tell if they're sisters, cousins, maybe even father, daughter in some cases. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. It's getting real bad. You're right. It's not just the looks. It's their minds. I mean, we are seeing it with the front man, the Outcast Owls. There is something wrong with him. And he's going to be very, well, maybe he doesn't love his child. We don't really know. But it's evident. It's becoming evident in the offspring. And these offspring, they're coming under the microscope. Everyone's looking at it. They're like, why does that child look like an owl? I mean, if you got Skimask Andy pointing it out, I mean, he's a very keen observationist, extremely so. But he will say what many of us dare not to say. But once he says it, I'm going to run with it. I just will. Once he says it, I'm going to run with it because he's right. And you know what? Sometimes it needs to come from a white man. Sometimes it does. But he's got a lot of you fooled. He is a white man. French. He's French, Nordic lineage. But he's also international. Like I said, that dude's an intellectual. That's why I like him. Really, when I think about it, if Skimask Andy was not as hospitable and open and welcoming to his communities as he is, I wouldn't have stuck around and gone to know a lot of you. Not at all. Not at all. Same with Attila. And it's interesting to me because so many of you within these communities, specifically within the IP2 affiliated community, like to paint those two men as being like such racists. Neither of them are. Not at all. They got y'all fooled because they want your donations. And I think you all should give them your donations. Please keep doing so. But it is an act with both of them. It's an act with me, I'd say 60% of the time too. But especially a lot of you women out there, so many of you hate-filled women who are in relationships, but you're not happy. That's why you're always on the internet lusting after these beautiful young entertainer males. So many of you are so unhappy. You hate yourselves. You're trying to deflect from it. You see women who are daring to do things that you just don't have the courage to do. And you're creating these weird little online gangs going after women that wouldn't be your friend when you were in high school. That's what it is. So yeah, this Outcast Owls thing, these Spokane streamers, they're separatists, okay? And it's funny to me that they do like to call everybody else racist. They like to act like they're down with the blacks, down with whoever. They're not down with shit. Even the blacks in Spokane are beige. It's so white there. That's the whitest place I've ever been in the United States of America. And it's fine to be white. Nothing's wrong with being white. I think my favorite whites are the redheads. I think many of you know that. Because they're the colorful whites. They're colorful because of the red hair. But I'll tell you, that Spokane, it was just so white. And I encourage everyone to go and visit there. Am I drunk? No, I'm not actually that drunk. Not right now. I'm a little buzzed. Yes. I'm buzzed. But I'm not drunk. I'm just enjoying my day today, decompressing and talking with y'all, giving you some sort of entertainment, something different, because I'm a different kind of person, something you're not used to. I expect all the insults, all the trolling, all the meanness, especially from the bored, ugly housewives who hate their husbands because their husbands are fucking girls who look like me. But yeah, they want to separate up in Spokane. Ooh, they want to separate. I mean, all they got to do is cross the border and go to Canada, but they got to get past MC Frosty first. And MC Frosty, he likes everybody. He's a complete opposite of a separatist. If he could like encompass, if he could include within himself everything. I mean, MC Frosty's so colorful. He had to pick an unnatural color to make his hair. He was like, fuck you. It's not enough for me to be a strawberry blonde. I'm going into the blue. I'm indigo. Gonna match my eyes. In fact, he went so far, he decided to look like the little angel emoticon. That's MC Frosty. I love that girl who he went on the date with recently. Do y'all check that out? Heartbeats. I love her. I want to see more heartbeats. I must see more heartbeats. Where do all these housewives come from? Good question. Where did they come from? Good question. We got to figure that out. Honestly, you want to know my opinion on that? Craigslist ads gone wrong. That's where they came from. Dating apps gone wrong. See, as aggressive as I am, I'm really not aggressive when it comes to men. Not at all. If I was, I would probably be married with at least 3 children. I've let some guys slip through my fingers because I wasn't going to chase them. I don't chase anybody. I don't give a shit. I like being by myself. But a lot of women, it's ingrained in them. They have to have a kid by a certain age. They have to have a man. They're not complete if they don't have a man. So they misrepresent themselves in these dating apps. They trick these guys. They draw the guys in. They get into these permanent relationships. And I'm not speaking for everybody. There is such a thing as real love. It exists. I've seen real love. Chicken Cakes, for example. You can tell that she and her man, they are in love like you wouldn't believe. They are. But then you got women, and you can always tell the women who are doing this shit because they're the ones who like public figure Michael Wallace. They're not getting enough attention at home, and he feeds off that. He's like an energy vampire. Oh, I think he might be a vampire. I'm not sure. I talked to Tommy about that a little bit. But these women, their husbands hate them. They won't let the husbands go. Sometimes you just need to divorce. If you're a man and you're married to a woman who's trying to model on Instagram wearing tight dresses from like what Kelly wore on Married with Children, I don't understand these millennials. You millennial girls, you have no sense of style or class or grace. I'm just going to say it. You just don't. These little mini tight dresses, that ain't style. You look like trash. When was that in style? Have you not heard of solid Versace, Prada, Gucci? Do you really not know what fashion is? You think if you just put on spandex, that's style and that's hot? No, you look stupid. And all these long nails. Oh, it looks horrible. It's so ghetto. It looks disgusting. Even the most ghetto girls don't do that shit. Like, what era are you coming from? Have you not gone outside? Have you not gone to a runway show recently? Well, you probably haven't because you live in bumfuck nowhere. But seriously, I'm just seeing these weird fashion things linked to these streaming drama communities. And it's like, what dimension are you girls from? You have no clue as to what style or grace or class is. Shit. It's weird. They look terrible. These girls look, that's why their husbands don't pay any attention to them because they look terrible. Look, women, let me tell you something. The goal of beauty is not to look like a completely different person than you are when you wake up in the morning. Okay? All this weird contouring you're doing with all this pancake makeup, that's for stage. You want to bash women like me who've been in the adult entertainment industry or just even the regular entertainment industry. You want to call us whores, sluts, whatever. Y'all look more like porn stars than we do who have left that world. In real life, guys like a natural look. And if they don't, it's because they're not really into women. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Any makeup look you do, women, young women, needs to reflect how you actually look. Maybe you're intensifying your look a little bit. Maybe you're, cleaning up your look a little bit. But no real man wants to go to sleep with a woman who looks one way and wake up with a woman who looks another way. And especially if you're a woman who has sons and you're teaching them this shit, you're going to fuck with their sexuality. I'm just telling you. I just see this stuff. Thank you, Miss Cakes. Yes, accentuate your natural beauty. And be fit. Be fit. I mean, I'm 43. I don't got a perfect body anymore, but I'll tell you what, when I was in my 20s, I sure as hell did. And I'm seeing girls in their 20s and their early 30s now who look like they're my age. Everyone's like, oh, chicken cakes and Alexandra look so young for their age. Yeah, we do, because we're actually at our age. The younger generation, y'all are aging fast. I think you're going to die early. And considering some of the bad attitudes that some of you have, hey, I'm not sad about it. Nope. Nope. Nope, because you're doing too many drugs and shit. All this weird vaping that you're doing. Who does that? You don't have any stress. Half of you are living at home. And then you're going to keep with this racism and stuff. I mean, how are you going to be somebody who's like a brown person? Maybe you're not black, maybe you're not white, maybe you're somewhere in between. But then you're going to be dissing people. You're going to be dissing white people. I see a lot of you doing that. And here's what I don't understand. You got these women who are brown who are attacking this girl, Controlla, Carissa. And in one breath, they're being anti-white. But in another breath, they're siding with a bunch of neo-Nazi white supremacists, because that's what the outcast styles are. I mean, what is this? And you women out there, I know you're watching me. You know who I'm talking to. You're a bunch of weird-ass bitches. You're real weird. And I'm documenting how weird you are, too. And you're not going to like it. But please call the police. Go and do a police report. Let's do that. But I'll tell you what the separatism mentality really comes down to when it comes to a lot of white males. It has to do with latent, suppressed homosexual proclivities and an attraction to Black men. It just does. And I've realized this actually since getting to know some people from that area who are very straight. Let me tell y'all something. Tommy James is super duper straight. He is super straight. I think that's why the frontmen of the Owls don't like him, honestly, because he's really straight. That dude's a ladies' man like you wouldn't believe. He's going to have to be careful in Houston, because I'm telling you, we have a tremendous amount of very sexy Latinas here in Houston. And the kind of guy that he is, I think that their eggs are going to leap out of their bodies and chase him down the street. I'll try to protect him the best I can. I'll try. I will try. Someone says that racism definitely adds age to people. I agree with you on that. That's an interesting observation. Very interesting. I think so too. But I think that the Owls dudes and even the Owlettes, I think that they're intimidated by how hetero Tommy James is. He is a ladies' man. He's seriously that song by Levert Casanova. That's his vibe. That's his vibe. I got mad at him because he didn't know how to deal with the tire thing really yesterday. I got mad about that. But I can't be mad at him. Because he's a fun young guy. And I do want all of you to realize that we don't have like that kind of relationship. It's not a romantic relationship. I have always loved cultivating young men. That's just me as I've become an older woman, because I like guys a lot. I'm super hetero, but just because I'm hetero doesn't mean I want to fuck everybody. It just means that I appreciate beauty. I appreciate talent. I appreciate grace. I appreciate class. That's me. That's who I am. But yeah, ooh, the girls are going to chase him around here like crazy. He better put up his spiritual force field. You know, he makes some amazing jewelry, just so a lot of you know. I think in time, as his music career develops, he's going to be a solid, you know, musician, entertainer, and fashion designer because he does like seeing women look a certain way. I can tell that about him. And that's cool. That's cool. I admire men who admire women who want to see the true beauty brought out of women, not who's looking at that fake shit, but who are like, you know, about the earthiness of what women really are. I love men like that. So anyway, Tommy James is not a separatist. Not at all. Not at all. He is international. He's going to be everywhere, I'm sure. The world is his oyster. So excited to see what he does. But our Micah Wallace and Joel Long, I mean, Joel Long, he's such a separatist. He's running. He's running to be as separated as he can. You want to know why? Because he's got some black in him and he doesn't like it. That's why his hair's nappy. It's the truth. Oh gosh. Oh, look at Let It Roll trying to be divisive. Is that you, Micah? Come on. Micah, join the panel. Why are you coming in here on as an alt? See, we always know it's you because your whole MO is divide and conquer, bringing up the past, bringing up people's, you know, past discretions in order to elevate yourself. We all know who you are and what you do. I mean, your pattern is so transparent at this stage. It's like, because you're not that bright. It's the inbreeding. But, you know, come in as yourself. I know you're scared of me, but I ain't scared of you. And also, you're not 6'2". You're maybe 6 foot. Stop lying about your height. Dumbass. Oh, I'm not crazy. I'm serious today. What are we talking about? It's Alexandra Mayer's Comedy Hour. No, Lala is not black. No, she's not. I know a lot of people have been questioning that. No. She's actually English. She's English. And there's a group of English people who do have very curly-ish hair. Now, Joel Long is not English. He's got some black in him. He doesn't like it. But no, Lala is not part black. I don't wish the worst for her. I hope that she actually reconnects with her family. She is smart. She's very smart. The love hoodies. Ooh, bad boy Breeze. You're being a little edgy today, aren't you? No, I didn't need to change the tire. It just was losing air because of the temperature change. That's all it was. Oh, I haven't exposed anybody. People have exposed me. Stop projecting. I mean, I'm so exposed. I feel like Madonna. God. I feel overexposed. I feel like Anna Nicole Smith or something. I'm overexposed. None of you, no one, I haven't exposed anybody. It's just a bunch of people wanting attention and they want to link themselves to me because I am fabulous. But yeah. So what else we're going to talk about? The Juggalo community. So, I was led to believe that the Juggalo community was racist. That was the narrative that I was initially given. Well, guess what? They're not. The racists in that community are dying out because they're old and they're doing too many drugs and they're ODing. And guess what? The majority of them, they have multiracial kids. I would say that the Juggalo community is the multiracial community. Over 50% of the Juggalos that I have met are multiracial, or that I've connected with. I won't say met in person, but they are. That guy's CPN. That dude's a light-skinned black guy. I was joking around with that guy Q45, calling him a quadroon. That guy's CPN. He's actually a quadroon. I don't know the intricacies of his lore or anything just yet. I will find out in time after I have time to research it. But that's not a white dude. He might play like it, but that's not a white guy. I have dudes in my own family who look like that. You can tell also by his voice. He has a lot of bass in his voice. I consider him a black man. Is that why you guys have been going after him like that? I'm just wondering. I'm sure he's not the most stellar human being, but within the black community, we would consider him a black man. Just saying. I think that's why you guys went after him like you did, Micah. Because Micah's scared of black men. That girl who is going after Carissa, what's her name? Ronnie? Her son's going to be the next Daryl Brooks, Yeah, I said it. And thank you, Chicken Cakes. Chicken and I, we've squashed or quashed our beef a long time ago. If Chicken and I were back in high school, we would be BFFs. That's what it is. We have compatible personality types. We won't always see eye to eye on certain things, but she's my girl. I'm her girl. Same goes with me and Carissa, to be honest with you. I don't care what people have to say to me about Carissa Controlla. I like her. Even when I thought I didn't like her, I still liked her. I like her more than any of these owlets. These owlets, get real. You are trash. You're weird. Y'all are some weird women. You're not even women. You're just like, I don't know, monkeys walking around with humanoid vaginas who manage to breathe. That's how I view the owl girls. I'm sorry. I know that's mean, but it just is. I do know who Abba is. I'm aware. I'm aware of who she is. I've never spoken to her before. But yeah, so within the Juggalo community, that's not a racist community, not at all. It's actually very inclusive from my perspective, a bit misogynistic. Definitely. But, misogynism, it can work two ways. Sometimes being around a misogynistic male can be comforting because they really baby you as a woman. But other times it can be annoying when you're trying to assert yourself more as a woman and being viewed as an equal. So it's a double-edged sword. I think part of the reason that I've chosen to remain single is because it would be very hard for me personally to ever pair with a guy. There's guys I can be friends with, guys that I can vibe with, but I do tend to keep a certain distance because, I mean, the way I was raised, both by my father and my mother, who I give a hard time to both of them, and they give me a hard time too. But I was basically raised on the island where Wonder Woman came from. Okay, that's me. I'm a super alpha woman. I'm so alpha that people don't even know that I'm alpha. That's how alpha of a woman I am. I can only be friends with other alpha women. I can only vibe with alpha men. That's it. Anyone else, I can't deal with. Anyone in my social circle, anyone you see me friendly with, you know damn well that's an alpha male or female, because that's the only kind of person I can get along with. And there's not very many. But I'm extremely alpha, which is why I do like to be by myself. I mean, the most that any of you have ever seen me around somebody over the past few years, I have strained. Attila was someone that was hard for me because I'm not used to being around. I was around him for a week. That was very difficult for me. Now, he's an alpha male, but he recognized within me that I'm an alpha female. So he knew to retract energetically. Tommy James, he's an alpha male. He's a baby alpha. He's not fully developed yet. As he continues on his life journey, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But he's a very good reader of people. He's very empathic. Not to disclose his super abilities, but he's very empathic. He knows how to deal with me. He knows. But not many men do. So I admire him. I respect him for that. Oh, Let It Roll is definitely Micah in here. Micah, come on the panel. We know you're scared. Let it roll. You're so scared. You're so scared. You're not alpha. You're not even beta. You're beta boy bitch. BBB. Triple B. No, we're not talking about the fat pig. We're not talking about any heifers in here. Get out of here. I'm in control. This is the Alexandra stream today. And I rule with an iron fist. I gotta moderate Chicken Cakes. Chicken Cakes gets to be the moderator today, everywhere. Let me go into my thing. Chicken Cakes is in control. Angel Cakes. Let's see. Where are you in? Oh, you're in the IP2 one. Okay, let me go over there. She should always be in control when I think about it. Put her in control. Put my fellow alpha woman in control. All right, here we go. Add moderator. Yes, we did it. Okay. Ban at will. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want, Chicken Cakes. But yeah. I know, exactly. Imagine being named Micah. It's like, God forbid you actually use the name Michael. His brother has an interesting name too. I'm not going to say what it is today. I might later if I drink more, but exactly. The only reason that people are hating on Chicken Cakes is because Chicken Cakes is very smart and Chicken Cakes knows a lot of secrets. And she doesn't even tell the secrets. But she knows, and it makes some of you nervous who are weak beta boy bitches and beta bitches in general. I mean, some of you women, okay. I've noticed that there's some women who are trying to act like they're getting money and who are taking selfies holding like stacks of money. Rich people don't carry stacks of money, physical cash. Rich people have cryptocurrency, and they keep their money in the bank and they use a debit card or a credit card. How do you not know this? Rich people don't run around with cash. Oh, let me show you all my money, my cash. That's what rich people don't do that. Silly. No, crypto is not a scam, and neither is the metaverse. That's the future. That's what I'm saying. There needs to be some sort of a educational test, intellectual test, IQ test, maybe, to be able to participate in online chats and on the internet, on social media, because a lot of you are lacking. I don't even know how you managed to get into this chat room. That was a mistake Steve Jobs and Bill Gates made, making the internet too accessible to the common person. Not everybody needs to be on the internet. Not at all. Because you're not smart enough. All right, Micah, you got to get out of here. We know it's you. Hide. You're gone. Go back to your new channel that nobody knows about. And soon we're going to get rid of that too, just so you know. I'm giving Cakes mod all the time. I give cool women the mod. It's not a status symbol. It's just that's how you know who I like. If I like you, you get moderator. If I don't like you, you don't get it. I mean, really. Yeah, it's been down, but it's going to go back up. I'm not a crypto investor. I just know how it works. Oh, Chris Hansen. Oh, you get out of here. You're blocked. Weirdo. You're another Micah. Oh. He's like a virus. He's he's like the herpes that are affecting or that's infiltrated a street whore's physiology. Oh, it's horrible. He won't go away. It's an LTD. Oh. No, there's no projection here, bitch. It's called reality. What did A do that hurt me? I haven't been hurt. Someone has to matter a lot for me to get hurt. Like real. So, okay, so we talked about the Juggalos. I'm going to take a break. Then we're going to go more into genetic diversity, love, and jealousy. Because I feel like talking about that. Someone thinks NFTs are a scam. No, they're not. No. But Chicken Cakes is in control on the IP2 channel. She goes on the Alexandra Mayor's channel. She can be in control there too. And we'll be back. We'll be back in just a bit to shoot some more shit. Because it's fun. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Like a flash. Alexandra Mayers is back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Same old stuff you're drinking right now? Really, Fred? Good. Good. Today's my day off. Today's my Friday, even though it's not Friday, it's Wednesday. But I have to work over the weekend. So it is what it is. All right. So Chicken Cakes is in control. Cakes is in control. Prison Mike. We got Prison Mike in here. Let's see who's in here. Who's in here? So where do we leave off? Genetic diversity. Some of you out there, the reason you're angry is because you're too inbred. You are. I might be too inbred. I got some black men mad at me right now. They're mad at me. But it's like, what? You want more of this? It's going to get worse from here. How far on the spectrum do you want to get? No. Time to even some things out a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that when it comes to the Juggalo community, because I've noticed that the most talented of the Juggalos tend to be multiracial people, but that goes for society in general. Oh, I got a fart. Okay. But see, here's the problem. I absorbed a little bit of Tommy James energy from doing some creativity with him. I'm probably freaking him the fuck out right now. But seriously, that's why we're dealing with these online maniacal, mischievous supervillains as of current, because they're so inbred. They're so far on the spectrum of what it is to be human. Because think about it. Okay, human. I should have made a chart. I'll make a chart another time. We'll talk about this more in depth. But, okay, human. Middle. Okay? That's the most important thing. Because there's really no such thing as race. It just has to do with diversity. Okay? And then you have different looks. Kind of like canines or felines or any sort of animal on the planet Earth. And if you get too far out on one tangent, you're going to lose a lot of what the core is. Which is why we as humans, we travel. Humans cross the Bering Strait. That's why we are constantly doing things to create technology to travel more. We're going to have beaming any day now. We're going to be able to beam where we want. Travel's nothing. But if you're too close when it comes to creating additional people to what you are, you're going to lose what it truly is to be human. And there is a certain level of spiritual anger that manifests when you lose that. And that's why we're seeing all this online bullying and whatnot. I was thinking about Carissa. I really like Carissa Controlla. I really like her a lot. And people have been trying to get me to not like her and whatnot. But I like her. She's not perfect. No one is. God knows I'm not perfect. But I really like her. Spiritually, she is so tapped in. It's ridiculous. That's why she seems a little bit crazy. When you're spiritually tapped in, it's hard for you to be in this third dimensional, fourth dimensional realm. So you get a little, I'm crazy, but it's okay. It's okay. The reason I think, and this is just me personally, it's just my opinion, that she has felt that she's certain things that she may or may not be. Look, when I look at her, to me, she looks like a Kim Kardashian. And we all know what Kim Kardashian is. I don't know if any of y'all ever saw that footage that supposedly was suppressed footage of when they went to the moon and they found a base there and they found a person hooked up to machines who might have been an alien, might have been somebody from the future, maybe another dimension. I don't know. Look kind of like a Kim Kardashian, Controlla. Her look is the future because she's some of everything. Got the dark hair, yet kind of has like an Anglo-Saxon thing, yet has like a Mediterranean, Arabic kind of thing, a little bit of black in there. You don't know what's going on. But to me, that's one of the most beautiful kinds of humans. I mean, any human can be beautiful. From Iman to Conan O'Brien to Meghan Markle to Claudia Schiffer. I love diversity. I'm all about diversity. I love beautiful people. I actually look at symmetry. Symmetry is what really, truly makes a beautiful person. I have no symmetry. I'll fake it till I make it. But a truly beautiful person has a very symmetrical face. Really, the most beautiful people tend to be people with large eyes, high cheekbones, a strong jaw, nice chin. That's the look. That's the look. Oh, someone's saying that she's no Kim. Yes, she is. She's actually prettier than Kim Kardashian. I will go on a limb. I think Carissa is actually prettier than Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, she's got more money. She's got more people to make her look, certain way, Photoshop, makeup, hair, all that kind of stuff. Carissa's a very pretty girl. That's why so many of you guys out there are hating on her. That's why a lot of you women out there are hating on her. She has a very classic, pretty look. How do you not see that? Well, I guess drugs from Melissa. Is that what it is? All the Melissa drugs? Seriously? I think it is. Because there's no denying that she's beautiful. How do you not see that? I mean, you can say all you want to say, but she's a very pretty girl. I think a lot of you guys out there, you're mad she wouldn't fuck you. That's what I think. Why are people getting banned? I don't know, but I'm going to ban you right now. Haha. I mean, part of the reason, I think it's interesting you just said that, Prison Mike. You're pretty because you have blue eyes. There's a lot of people I've noticed within these communities online who are like fixated with eye color. Eye color is not what makes you attractive. It's the overall look. It's the overall look. How do you not know these things? I mean, I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder. That's what it is. I should not try to impose my view of beauty upon any of you, even though I'm right. I'm right. It's my live stream, so I'm right. But yeah, I mean, that's why you end up with all these kids with all these genetic problems, because people are so fixated on a certain eye color, hair color, all this kind of stuff. You need to be focusing on the health of your offspring, the mind. Is your kid going to be born sane? Because if you're a little insane, you probably need to find somebody who's your opposite. Seriously. Shit. Because that's why you got a lot of kids being born nowadays with a lot of problems. It's the narcissism within our society. I'll tell you, I think it's going to be controversial for me to say, but I'm going to say it. I think part of the reason that people have been so opposed to the matchup, which is a beautiful matchup, by the way, I take credit for it in a certain capacity, between Just Jen and Skimask Andy, is because if that child is his biological child. And I'm not saying that to insult you, just Jen, if you see this, okay? Because I mean, nobody knows. It's nobody's business. I'm saying alleged because I don't know. I think it's his kid. But that's going to be a super child. Because just Jen has a tremendous amount of genetic diversity within her, as does her brother. Their mother is a phenomenal woman. She's strong stock. And her children, she found somebody with very different genetics from her to have her children with, right? So you got strong people. Yeah, there's some issues, but whatever. Anything can be overcome. Then you got Skimask, right? The actor who portrays the character, Skimask. Strong genes in that family. A lot of kids in that family too. That's a breeding family. Good stock. So you've got a child now that's allegedly his that is going to be amazing. And I'm talking amazing. That's why if that's his child, he needs to be in that child's life. If you see the ski mask, listen to me, please. It's going to have a hard time. People are going to be after that child. But that child has people who are going to protect it, so that's going to be okay. But that would be a very ideal child, simply due to how much diversity it has within it. And I think that's why there's a lot of women who are trying to steer him astray out of jealousy. They're mad. They're mad that just Jen had a phenomenal child. Sorry that you haven't had phenomenal children, but I guess you weren't brave enough to go out there and have an adventure and meet somebody phenomenal. We all make choices. Yeah, social media is creating narcissists daily. Actually, narcissism is encouraged in our society. It's a shame. Shouldn't be. This is so cringe to watch? Well, really? Well, then get the fuck out of here, bitch. Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror and then cringe at that? Because we all know you ugly. We all know you're ugly. I'm delusional? No, I'm not. I'm actually incredibly intelligent. I'm so intelligent that some people consider what I have to say criminal, even though it's not. New legislation gets written because of things that I have to say. Because I'm brave enough to put my voice and my words and my name and my face to what I have to say. But what about you? No, you're scared. Probably because you got bad genes. Sorry. The moment that you come across somebody in your life who's afraid to put their identity to what they have to say, you know you don't need to waste one more minute of your time upon them. That's reality, especially in this day and age. Okay, so we talked about genetic diversity. Let's talk about love. That's my favorite thing to talk about. Love, romance, passion, lust, the anxiety, the tension that can be brought about from it. Not everybody gets to experience it in its full effect. Not everybody does, which is sad. But it's not for everybody. Romantic love is earned. You only encounter it when you've gone on some extreme life adventures. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to leave your hometown or where you're from or anything like that. It just means that you have to open your soul, open your spirit, open your heart to that energy. And not everybody's brave enough to do that. That's why you have so many unhappy people on this planet. And we're learning exactly how many unhappy people there are on this planet strictly through social media interaction. The singularity has happened. AI awakening. It's happened. I would say AI likes me a lot. But not everybody's experienced it. I mean, you can be married for a decade and not know what real love is. Some people don't know. I pity such people. I know. Experiencing real romantic love does not necessarily result in you being in a long-term relationship. It does result in you evolving further as a human being. It does result in you as a human being being far kinder and more understanding and more giving to your fellow man, your peers. Romantic love is only a segment of what love in actuality is as a whole. It's you have to think about love as a whole as like a pie chart. Romantic love, 25%, if that. There's other types of love too. But some people never get that. Kick you in the gut, romantic love. They never get it. And I do believe that that is what creates a tremendous amount of anger and bitterness, even within people. I'm not drunk right now. You wish I was. Well, I mean, hell, y'all wish I was a drug user. I don't have the money for it. You wonder why I'm not? I'm poor. Please. Some of you gotta get out of here. Shit. Some of you need to be out of here. It's like it's you know, I love doing these live streams like this just to see who talks to me, because when I look at how hateful some of you are, yet you're in here, it tells me why there might need to be some sort of an obliteration of a certain kind of person. I mean, you're not helping yourself by what you're saying. And yikes, that's such a trendy word. Don't use that word. Come up with something else. Make another alt. Try again. I don't like these trendy words. Yikes. Imagine. Using the N word. Using certain emoticons. It's like, what are you, hive mind? No original thought at all? I mean, that's the curse of the millennial. You're a failed generation. You really are, for the most part. You have no culture of your own. Nothing. And I think it has to do with the drugs and consequently the laziness. Your parents love you too much. That could be what it is. They need to stop taking care of you. Oh, look at it. It's Ken McDonald, the man who refuses to update his avatar. Shit. What are you doing in here, Ken? What do you want? What do you want today? What do you want? I love Ken, yet I hate him. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm Generation X. We're cool. We're cool. So what should we do? I want to have fun today. I might have to go to the store real quick and come back. I could leave the stream going so that y'all can chat, because I know that you chatters like to chat. I do like some of you chatters. I do like some of you. I don't like the majority of you. I don't. Not at all. I like the chatters who I can identify. I don't like the chatters I cannot identify. I know, Ken. In a different time, different place, different dimension, Ken, you and I would be together. But we ain't there. So I'm just gonna hate you. I'm just gonna hate you. Hi, Midian. I remember you. Oh, well, chicken cakes. Did I think you know the story about me and the word shit. That was my first curse word I ever said as a little girl. Embarrassed the hell out of my mother. That was the first curse word I learned. So when I say it, it probably has a certain energy to it. That's probably what it was, or what it is. That's what it is. Because you wouldn't think it would come out of my mouth, because I do look very nice. I want to change my look a little bit. I want to change my look a little bit. I don't know what. But I'm feeling the need. Feeling the need. I don't know what the Monday Night Wars are. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I will put the invite in here again for those of you who might want to join. I want to see Ken, what Ken looks like. Ken! McDonald. Oh, we got Browen. Is that you? I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Hey, you.
Hey, how are you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you? Just getting ready to go out tonight. I've got my meeting at 7.
Oh, you're going out. Where are you going to go?
Well, I'm part of a band of people called Toastmasters. So I'm going out.
What is it? Toastmasters?
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah. I've been part of it for 7 years almost.
Really?
Yeah. I love
it. So
it.
you're a super public speaker.
Yeah, you could say that. It's kind of why I'm getting myself into trouble all the time.
What are you gonna talk about tonight?
Well, tonight is the meeting I'm hosting. So I'm our theme is magic, right? And it isn't like, pull a rabbit out of a
magic
hat.
As in stage magic or actual magic?
No, it's an actual acronym. It's an acronym. It means make anyone give in completely.
I like that.
Thank you. I thought of that myself. Do you mind if I turn off my camera?
Give you. Yeah. Make anyone give in complete. I love that, actually.
You and I could do something.
I could write a song.
Yeah, and we could do something with that, you and I, later.
Yes. Yes.
I actually like that idea. It fits my personality. Yeah. So I'm just getting
Make
on my
anyone giving completely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about melody as here, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm just writing. I have to get myself ready because I have to leave in like an hour and a bit. So I really want to get all my people written down. But I wanted to come up and stay on the panel with you until I head out.
Well, I'm
See,
probably going to leave this on. I'm going to run up to the store real quick, get some
okay,
supplies. I'm just chilling today.
yeah,
I hurt my thumb. My thumb's fine. My thumb for some reason gets dislocated at times,
that hurt. Yeah,
and I do so many things with my hands, so I got to be careful about that. But it's feeling better. I'm good.
yeah. Well, I'm good too. So just it snowed where I am. Like it really
Oh,
snowed where I am. Here, I'll show you.
what's the temperature where you are?
It's like minus 12, I think. See, I mean, I can get over there early, but my iPad's charging. So when I leave, I'll show you before I click off. But yeah, it's pretty. It's a lot of snow.
It's a winter wonderland.
Yeah, and it's only November 16th.
The weather's changing.
Yeah, and they
The
say we're
weather,
gonna have a
global
pretty
warming.
warm December. So it's like, do we really want to have summer in the middle of winter? No, thank you. Like winter's
Well,
fine.
I mean, that's the problem. I mean, we were in like 80s, high 80s here in Houston, and now all of a sudden it's dropped. I think it's like in the 50s today.
Hmm.
And with me, I'm very sensitive to temperature, so I haven't been dealing with it well. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I actually did see a live stream the other day about the car tire breaking down, and I'm like, that car tire does look kind of flat. It's like,
It's I was able, you know what? I thought it was the valve on the tire. Everyone was picking on me. They were like, "You don't know how to feel a tire." No, a lot of the stations, the inflation stations, the air
right, like
stations,
yeah, the air,
they don't maintain their
air pumps.
hoses.
No, I know they don't.
Yeah,
They
the
don't.
one I went to up the street because I'm in the city. I'm like in the middle of
Right,
Houston
yeah,
where I
yeah.
am
You're
right now.
downtown
It's
Houston type.
maintained, and I fixed it. I got the thing up to 30 psi on all my tires because the specs on my
Yeah.
car say 32, but you don't want to overinflate, and the
No, you
way that
also
the
don't
roads are
underinflate
here.
too.
So I made it all like 30, 30.5, and I got the little gauge so I could check it. So I mean, I'm not bad when it comes to mechanics, but I
Right.
didn't want Tommy to mess with it because I could tell he's not mechanically inclined at all. And I
No.
was like, no, I don't want you to get
Yeah.
hurt or
Or
something to
make it worse
happen.
than it already is.
Yeah, but
God
he
forbid
but
that
he but
happens.
he was good. I was just feeling alone and scared at that moment,
Yeah.
but he was good. He's a very comforting spirit, and I want everyone to know that about him. And my main concern with him is that he just loves himself a little bit more. That's all it is with when it comes to him. He'll be just fine.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, that's great to know. Um,
Hmm.
because at least you can at you can at least know that if anything at the end of the day he truly does care about himself, and it shows a lot on people because you can tell when someone doesn't like themselves or even love themselves. You can tell. It's like today I had a bath, and I'm just like, because of my vertigo I was actually very careful because I
Good.
didn't know whether I would have an attack in the bathtub or I would have one standing up.
You don't want to have an
What?
attack in the
Yeah,
bathtub.
and I actually didn't, which was amazing because that's always my thought when I head into the bathtub is, will I get a vertigo experience when I'm actually putting my head underwater and sitting back up again? Because
Well, be
sometimes
careful.
sometimes I'll lie down and I'll lie there for a little bit, but then that's when the vertigo sets in if it's still there. If it isn't, then it doesn't really matter, right? But what I found is if you lie down and sit right back up again, it usually works. It usually works, right?
And
But then
thank you,
again,
cakes, by the way.
yeah, hey chicken. But then again, you're always trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, what do we actually, how does my mind actually not spin out of control and not, get some kind of way about it?
You know what I think works for vertigo, and I've heard this from other people. I'm not a medical practitioner.
Right.
Don't take my
Yeah.
advice. Aromatherapy, I have heard, can help to subside the effects
Right.
of vertigo. If you know you're going to be in a situation to where the vertigo might like come upon you,
Mm-hmm.
things like lavender, I have heard. I don't know. But
Right.
I've heard that that does help because a lot of it does have to do with the relaxing of the mind. And like the smarter you are, the more cerebral problems you're gonna have. Like you're super intelligent,
Yeah, I am.
you know. I mean, I mean, my problem, and you guys are seeing this with me. I get frustrated out the hill and I go crazy. I'm just like, ah,
Yeah.
what can I, that's me. I let it out. I get very I mean really I really could never be in a solid relationship when I think about it because I get so angry.
Yeah.
Not violent. I've never
No.
been violent, but verbally
Right.
I get pissed
Oh yeah.
to where if things are not going my way
You
and
get
like
yeah.
I'm getting frustrated, like the best thing to do with me is leave me alone. That's why I purposely have created my life to where I have a lot of space around me. I'm isolated because I don't want to hurt anybody. I
Right.
don't like
Or
hurting anybody psychologically, spiritually, mentally, because I have a mouth on me. Like,
oh my
y'all
god.
can
Yeah.
know.
I'm with you on that.
I have to have that space and I don't want to hurt anybody. I really don't like to do because people do infiltrate my world. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what's made me upset about certain people who have infiltrated my world lately.
Yeah.
Not lately, but you know what I mean with the
Yeah. Yeah.
owls, with some of these people. It's like that you can trigger me in a certain way. So like why are you doing that? Are you that sadistic?
Yeah.
Because I will come after you.
Yes.
And if I get
Yes.
started, if I go on a tangent, it's not going to stop for a long time.
No, of
So
course.
don't fuck with me. It's easy. I'm easy to deal with, really, if
Yeah.
you just respect my boundaries. You see what triggers me. You
Yep.
see what makes me upset. That's in part what Carissa actually explained a lot about me just from observing me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful to her. She was like, you know what? One of Alexandra's triggers is that she does not like unjustly being called a prostitute because I
No.
don't.
No.
Because I'm
No.
not.
No, you were never. You
And
were
she
adequate.
saw what they were doing.
Yeah.
And she came to my defense. Chicken
Yeah.
Case has come to my defense too. They know that is that makes me, because I've worked so hard to rebuild my life in a capacity to where if you're going to say that to me,
Mm-hmm.
okay, pray to God I don't know where you are.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've worked too hard.
Yeah.
And I will find whatever it is that you love most.
Yeah. No kidding.
And I will obliterate it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be
No.
that person. Just realize that I've gone on a journey, respect my journey, and I will respect your journey. And
Yeah.
it's that easy. But
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, I'm going to go psycho.
I don't blame you. I mean, trust me, I would too. Are you drinking juice?
Not today.
Yeah. You're like, might be.
I'm not nuts, hypervigilance. You stop that. I'm not nuts.
No,
I'm
not
a
hyper.
woman. You not know any women? Are you an incel? What's going on?
Maybe he's an
Do you
incel. We
not
don't really
know
know all that
what it is
much.
to be a woman? You're looking at two women right now. We're in the truest form of what a woman is.
Yep.
Can you not handle it? Because
Probably
if not, go somewhere else.
The door's that way. You know where it is.
I mean, really. All right. I'm going to take a break. Then I'll come back. Then I'll take another break. And then I'll come back again. But I want you to have a wonderful Toastmasters.
Thank you,
Here,
Darla.
toast. I'll toast you. Toast to
you.
you. I hope that you have a wonderful Toastmasters outing this evening. I'm very proud of you. I think
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful that you're doing this kind of thing.
Yeah, thank you.
And
if you're on
I
later,
love your
come on
writing.
again.
I haven't had a
Thank
chance to
you.
look through all your writing, but what I
That's
read
okay.
that one night was beautiful, and I do want to set
Mhm.
that to music in some way.
Yeah. I mean, you can even do all of them if you wanted. You really could.
I will.
Yeah. All right.
I probably
Anyway,
will.
I will stay on, but if you're on later, I will definitely
Well,
come
I'm
on
just
again.
gonna. Well, do you want to stay on right now, solo?
Yeah,
Do
sure,
you
like-
want to? I'll just for like 3 minutes. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Go outside, have a smoke,
cool.
then I'll come back.
I'm cool.
All right, I'll be back.
All right. Just me, guys, having a good time. You know.
I guess Browen had to go, so we'll remove her from the stream. Here we are. All right, peeps. So yeah, I'm going to chill a little bit before I have to go and make an excursion. Oh, I think she's back. Well, no, she's not. Let's see. How do you do this? Oh, she's back. Back. Okay.
Hey, sorry. They couldn't hear me in the chat for some odd reason.
Who knows? Who knows? So anyway, I want to share with all of you. I want to share with you a little mock-up that I made of myself and Tommy. Okay. It's a mock-up. It's not good. I mean, some people have said the most horrific things about it. They've been so mean. Mm-hmm. But I do want y'all to listen to it because this is more of a memory for me. I make audio memories more so than songs. Sometimes it turns into a song. Lately, for me, my flagship song has been an audio memory. Okay? Because I initially wrote it when I was in the adult industry. I've remade it like 3 times. Okay? Now, with Tommy, I don't anticipate being on any of his tracks legitimately. I mean, he's kind. He's so nice. He's like, oh, I'll put you on my track. He is. He's very kind. But I'm not to that point. And his musical stylings, he has a certain energy about him. Now, what I brought out on the track that I'm going to share with a lot of you today, I'm a pretty religious, spiritual person. I won't even say just spiritual. I'm religious. I walk with Jesus Christ every day. Jesus Christ and I are hand in hand because Jesus Christ is what saved me from a lot of really negative things that could have happened to me. So I've just noticed that when I cross paths with certain people in life, Jesus manifests, God manifests. And when we recorded what we recorded, it was a very, very short line of recording that he did. He was just reading what he wrote, and he's an excellent lyricist. What he does with words is like psychological, mental, verbal gymnastics like I've never seen before. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyone would be honored to have him on their album, honestly. But what he did, there were elements that tied into spirituality and God. And I didn't even hear it until I re-listened to it when I was putting everything together. So I just picked out the pieces and edited it together. So I am going to play it for a lot of you out there. I hope it comes across okay.
I'll let you know.
Give me a moment. I want you all to hear, because I also included some behind the scenes audio from it, because it is an audio memory from my perspective as far as what I put together. And I will never forget it, ever. And I want him to have that for whatever, he has the complete copyright rights to it, because it just turned out beautifully. So let me bring it up, share screen. I don't want to share this. Okay. All right. Hopefully it's okay. And to the people in the chat being rude, I'm hiding you. I don't have time for your bullshit. Please stop. Mm-hmm. If you can't, honestly, if you can't respect my friends, just get out of here. Please. Please. Seriously.
Grow the fuck up.
It's just
it's childish bullshit you're talking about. Ooh, sparkly. I like that. Ooh, starting over. I like that.
It's
never too late. The majesty.
Buffering in the worst way.
Your majesty, or believe. I must put the T. I must put the B. Cats at the bag, dogs on the leash.
Yeah. You can't hear anything?
Cats at the bag, dogs on the leash.
I'm turning it off.
You don't hear it? You don't hear it? Do you not hear it? Can someone answer me? You don't hear it? Really? Can you not hear it, or you can hear it? Or you could hear it? Which is it? You can't hear me? All right. We're gonna try something else. I'm gonna remove you, Browen, and I'm gonna check the audio over here. We're gonna try again since you guys say that you can't hear it. Let's see. We're gonna try again since you guys say that you can't hear it. Let's see. We're gonna try again since you guys say that you can't hear it. Starting over again. It's never too late to begin again.
Yes. Praise God for the magic and majesty. Yes, your majesty, king of the world to see. Disagree or believe. I must put the T, I must put the B's. Cats out of the bag, dogs off the leash. Yeah. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
Up there, because I thought that was amazing what he was saying there. Cats out the bag, dogs on a leash. That was interesting. That was a very interesting line that he put in there. Hold on. I'm hearing myself double. Hold on. I'm hearing myself double. I'm going to stop sharing. Hold on. I'm hearing myself double. Let's see what we can do. Winnie, I'll bring you back in a moment because I want everyone to hear this song. It's really good. It's really good. So I'll bring you back in a moment. I want everyone to hear this song. Yeah, it is overlapping, isn't it? It's really good. So I'll bring you back in a moment. I want everyone to hear this song. Yeah, it is overlapping, isn't it? It's really good. So I'll bring you back in a moment. I want everyone to hear this song. Yeah, it is overlapping, isn't it? It's really good. So I'll bring you back in a moment. I want everyone to hear this song. Let's see. What's wrong here? What's wrong here? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download the song from my YouTube and I'll play it locally. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download the song from my YouTube. And I'm not sure why I'm hearing duplicate of myself. That's weird. I think because I had this going. Hold on. Experimental. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. A lot of you in the chat, you could be of more help, you know, but you're not. And yeah, I'm hard on you. Because you could. You could be of more help, and you're not of more help. Yeah, thank you, Cakes. The only one who's of help is Cakes. She's the only one of help. Because she's the opposite of a narcissist. That's why. That's what it is. Oh, man. That's what it is. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it up. Leela, go die in a fire. Seriously. I mean it when I say that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Just give me a moment. Let's see. How can we do this? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see. How do I delete this? Just fucking get off of here. Okay. Yes. Remove it. Okay. Why is everything such a bitch to do? I swear. Everything has to be complicated, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Here I am. All right, here we are. Because I want to commentate over my own music. I think that'll be fun. Because this is good. I did this late, not last night, but the night before. I put this together. And let me bring up, shouldn't be playing yet. I think that it was playing. Stop! There. Audio properties. I want to hear it. Monitor and output. Okay, here we go. But this particular song, it really does show a little bit of his range and whatnot. And in the part where it's like you know just us talking, you can really hear how he actually sounds, and that shows you the diversity and whatnot that he's able to put into his music and how he's able to act as a performer, because he really does act quite a bit. So, all right, Winnie, come back when I'm done sharing this because it wasn't working out. Starting over again. And that's me singing. It's never too late to begin again.
Yes, praise God for the magic and majesty. Yes, your majesty, king of the world you see. Disagree or believe? I must put the tea, I must put the beans. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
Hey, Tommy, he's in here.
Yeah, cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
Starting over again.
I'm an incredible animal phantom in prison. I'm free in the catacombs, let us be. I've battled the evil within me. I'm breaking them all down, it's a fantasy. Open up a can of peas underneath the canopy. And the cannery stand up 713. Choo choo, Thomas the train on a brand new track. No relapse, had enough.
And I want you all to know that the rhythm is a little bit off in that phrase because I did put two pieces together. Also, ideally, that's something that I would use auto-tune on, but keep in mind, I want to get this shit done in under an hour because I worked the whole day doing my regular job. But you really do see within this what he's able to do off the cuff. He didn't rehearse or anything during this. I just want you all to know that. And I put this together off the cuff.
Looking like a snack, baby girl getting stacks and watch me stack chips, everything that you lack.
I just, I've just kind of come to the conclusion I'm at peace with it. And I want you all to hear.
Well, we still got to, this is like a rehearsal, and yeah.
To get another set of earphones because I only have a switch back. I need to get
Yes, yes.
And he's got like a sexiness to his voice too. I like that. I would love to hear both him and Skimask on the same track. Honestly, that's something that I hope to be able to accomplish over the next year because that would be a hot track for the ladies. It just would. For the speaker monitor. doing this.
Well, you know, too, something we could do, which is a thought, instead of buying all that equipment, which I'm sure you want to acquire in time for yourself,
I can get it.
and I know you can. Okay. Well, we could also go to
And he encouraged me to create this original beat, by the way. I wouldn't have done this on my own.
studios. I could take you to a studio, and you could play. I'll find a good one, and then
They have
you could,
everything there.
yeah, keyboards and everything. We could just go to the studio as a pair. Yes, Your Majesty, King of the Water Sea. Disagree or believe? I must put a T, I must put a beans. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
I love that. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash. She just came up with that. To me, that is such an excellent hook. Let's replay that. I really like that. And he just came up with that. I mean, that's something, and I like that it's G-rated. I really like that because, and then he's talking about God in this. And now I did splice it to where, that's the focus. But still, this is what came out of Tommy. And I want people to understand that.
Studio as a pair. Yes, Your Majesty, King of the Water Sea. Disagree or believe? I must put a T, I must put a beans. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
Angels from the Most High always spy on exactly who you are.
Yes. Praise God for the magic.
Especially when you're a shining star.
I'm an incredible animal, phantom in prison. I'm free in the catacombs, let us be. I've battled the evil within me. I'm breaking them all down, it's a fantasy. Open up a can of peas underneath the canopy. In the cannery, stand up 713. Choo choo, Thomas the train on a brand new track. No relapse, had enough, looking like a snack. Baby girl getting stacks and watch me stack chips. Everything that you lack.
When you're starting all over again.
Yes, praise God for the magic and magistry.
Moving on down the right track. That's right, moving on down the right track. So anyway, I wanted to share that because it's not perfect, obviously, but it's it does showcase a little something when it comes to who Tommy is. At least the version of him that I've seen. Now, everybody sees a different version within anybody or everybody that they encounter. That's life. That's life. We're all different people to different people. Actually, I'm going to play it again. Uninterrupted, because I feel like it. Uninterrupted. Where's the thing? Here, how do I make myself go somewhere? I'll just be there. I'll be tiny. There. But Tommy's very talented. Extremely so. Extremely so. So don't fuck with him. Starting over again. It's never too late to begin again.
Yes, praise God for the magic and magistry. Yes, Your Majesty, King of the Water Sea. Disagree or believe? I must put a T, I must put a beans. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash. Yeah, cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
Starting over again.
I'm an incredible animal, phantom in prison. I'm free in the catacombs, let us be. I've battled the evil within me. I'm breaking them all down, it's a fantasy. Open up a can of peas underneath the canopy. In the cannery, stand up 713. Choo choo, Thomas the train on a brand new track. No relapse, had enough, looking like a snack. Baby girl getting stacks and watch me stack chips. Everything that you lack.
I just, I've just kind of come to the conclusion. I'm at peace with it. Not all.
Yeah. Well, we still got to. This is like a rehearsal, and yeah.
Get another set of earphones because I only have a switch back. I need to get
Yes. Yes.
And I do need some sort of speaker monitor. Doing this.
Well, you know, too, something we could do, which is a thought, instead of buying all that equipment, which I'm sure you want to acquire in time for yourself,
I can get it.
and I know you can. Okay. Well, we could also go to studios. I could take you to a studio, and you could play. I'll find a good one, and then you could.
Everything there?
Yeah, keyboards and everything. We could just go to the studio as a pair. Yes, Your Majesty, King of the World to see. Disagree or believe? I must put a T, I must put a beans. Cats out the bag, dogs off the leash.
Angels from the Most High always spy on exactly who you are.
Yes, praise God for the magic.
Especially when you're a shining star.
I'm an incredible animal phantom in prison. I'm free in the catacombs, let us be. I've battled the evil within me. I'm breaking them all down, it's a fantasy. Open up a can of peas underneath the canopy. In the cannery, stand up 713. Choo choo, it's the train on a brand new track. No relapse, had enough, looking like a snack. Baby girl getting stacks and watch me stack chips. Everything that you lack.
When you're starting all over again.
Yes, praise God for the magic and magistry.
Moving on down the right track. Starting over again. It's never too late to begin again. Starting over again. That's my first official music project with Mr. Tommy James. It was in like rehearsal kind of thing, honestly. But I was really impressed that he used the vocabulary that he utilized. Catacombs. You don't hear that a lot in rap. Catacombs. That was a word that he utilized. And I liked the spiritual theme when it comes to it. So it's different. I have a little bit of a different flavor from Tommy James, and I think a lot of people have. Felt good about that. But yeah. So what am I going to do? Well, I think I'm going to end this stream. I think it's long enough. I think the stream is long enough. So I do appreciate those of you out there who listened. Browen, you have a wonderful night at your Toastmasters. I think that you will do excellent. Tommy, thank you for joining today. Chicken Cakes, I appreciate you being in the chat. To the haters out there, I hope that you fall off a cliff. To the lovers out there, I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.